Hello and welcome to the latest update on adverse activity afloat. I remain in the Alpha time zone, so again this report's come at a slightly different time. After the recent attacks on Delta Atlantica and Delta Blue, the most significant attacks this week have been against the Greek flag tanker Union, which initially started on Wednesday. She's been reportedly operated by Delta tankers and was carrying some 150,000 tonnes of crude oil. Initially, men in two small boats opened fire on the ship when she was about 77 nautical miles west of Hodeida. The master then reported further attacks with projectiles hitting the ship at 0500 Zulu and a further projectile attack at 0549 Zulu, where it's reported that the ship's propulsion was compromised, it was not under command, it was drifting, and there's fires on board. 25 crew members were subsequently all rescued by European warship, which during this rescue mission also destroyed an unmanned surface vessel that was approaching the Union. Wikipedia has a slightly different take and states that the explosions were actually due to explosives planted on the ship by the Houthis instead of projectiles hitting the ship as described elsewhere. Their stance is apparently supported by a video released by the Houthis showing 3 simultaneous explosions. If that is the case, then it will show a marked shift in Houthi tactics, as this is the first time that a ship has been deliberately, an abandoned ship has been deliberately destroyed by them. However, no other source appears to have reported this situation. There have been conflicting reports regarding the vessel's current status, in particular whether she's at anchor or drifting, as it was reported that the vessel was at anchor when the crew were evacuated, but is now believed to be drifting. There are also conflicting reports regarding the likelihood of environmental damage due to an oil spill. Delta tankers stated that fire on board was extinguished before the ship was abandoned and that they were working on a plan to move the vessel to a safer destination for further checks and repairs. However, subsequent comment and imagery by other sources do not agree with this statement. Although EU NAVFOR stated last week that Union posed a significant environmental threat due to the large volume of oil on board, and the United States Department of State stated that damage could spill 1 million barrels of oil into the sea, and they suggested this was 4 times the amount of oil discharged in the Exxon Valdez disaster. And Wikipedia reports video taken by the Houthis showing flaming oil pouring into the sea. Aspides, which is the European mission, reported today that there were no obvious signs of an oil spill. Reported reaction to the incident, there's been a lot coming out of America, particularly the Pentagon, which blamed the Houthis, raised doubts on how the attack has helped anyone in Gaza, and condemned the Houthis for creating this potential environmental disaster. The Department of State also doubled down on that latter comment with regard to the Houthis' willingness to destroy fishing in the region. In further news, the Panama-flagged bulker SW Northwind 1 reported a total of 5 explosions in the seas nearby her as she sailed through the Gulf of Aden, with the initial report on Wednesday showing her some 57 nautical miles south of Aden. Her crew reportedly all safe, with the ship proceeding to its next port of call as per routine. I've recently set up a website, https://garybrogan1.wordpress.com/ where transcripts of these podcasts can all now be found. As we're all concerned about the safety of mariners at sea, please feel free to share any of the information I provide, and any comments that you may have on any of it can either be left there or below this podcast. Slightly longer, it's 4 minutes today, slightly longer than usual, but I think it's worth it, particularly with regard to the targeting on the Delta ships. There have been comments, suggestions, reports previously that the Houthis have been just lobbing missiles around and not deliberately targeting anyone. However, we can see there's been 3 attacks on Delta ships in the last month, which suggests that they are targeting. However, going back to the Houthis' original statement, it doesn't really square with their comment that they're attacking US, or they're targeting US, UK and Israeli ships. And this is more along the lines of who has somebody in your group visited, with the Houthis stating this is due to visiting ports in what they describe as occupied Palestine. Okay, that's it for the week. Have a good one and speak to you soon. Cheers. Bye-bye.